On the 1st of July, NASA detected a mysterious object speeding toward Earth.
Right now, millions of miles from Earth, a massive object is breaking all the rules of the cosmos. It's called 3I Atlas, and this interstellar visitor was expected to act like any other comet. Instead, it shocked everyone by shooting a powerful jet of gas directly towards the sun. You see, that's like a rocket firing its engines in the completely wrong direction. NASA officials are scrambling, stating this behavior shouldn't be possible.
If it's a technological object, then it might maneuver itself.
But as they search for answers, even more shocking details are emerging about its impossible size, its strange composition, and its seemingly engineered flight path. The jet that points the wrong way. The story of 3I Atlas begins with an observation that sent ripples of disbelief through the astronomical community. Using the incredible power of the Hubble Space Telescope, scientists got their first clear look at this traveler from another star. What they saw was not just a comet, but a cosmic rebel. Emanating from its surface was a brilliant, focused jet of scattered sunlight, a plume of gas and dust 10 times longer than it was wide. But the thing nobody tells you is the direction it was pointing. Every comet ever observed ejects gas and dust away from the sun. The intense solar radiation heats the comet's surface, causing ice to turn directly into gas, a process called sublimation. This gas then erupts outwards, pushed back by the constant stream of particles from the sun, known as the solar wind. This is what creates the iconic cometary tail that always, without exception, points away from our star. But 3I Atlas spits in the face of this fundamental rule. Its jet was aimed directly towards the sun. This observation is, to put it mildly, a massive headache for physicists. It's like watching water flow uphill or seeing a boat sail directly into a gale-force wind. It simply shouldn't be happening. What kind of force could possibly be powerful enough to overcome the immense pressure of the solar wind and propel a jet of material straight into the heart of the solar system? The energy required would be colossal. Many people are crazy about finding a natural explanation. Some early theories suggested a strange, lopsided shape or an unusual spin could be responsible, but the math just doesn't add up. The jet is too focused, too powerful, and too persistent. It behaves less like a natural eruption and more like a controlled, directional thrust. What many overlooked in the initial excitement was the object's sheer scale. This is no small space pebble. Early estimates, confirmed in a recent paper by Harvard astrophysicist Avi Loeb, place its diameter at over 3 miles wide. That makes 3I Atlas roughly the size of Manhattan Island. To give you some perspective, the first interstellar object we ever detected, the famous Oumuamua, was the size of a football field. This new visitor is estimated to have a mass of at least 33 billion tons, making it thousands, if not a million times, more massive than anything we've seen visit from another star system. And you can see this everywhere in the data. 3I Atlas is a true giant. A body this large, composed of ice and rock, should behave in predictable ways when it gets close to a star. It should be outgassing violently, creating a huge, diffuse cloud or coma around it. For a while it didn't. For months, all that was seen was this single baffling sunward jet. A faint, more traditional tail only began to appear in late August, almost as an afterthought. This bizarre sequence of events only deepens the mystery. Why the focused jet first? Why the delay in forming a normal tail? It's as if the object woke up, performed a highly unusual maneuver, and only then began to act like a somewhat normal comet. The questions pile up, each one more perplexing than the last, challenging our most basic understanding of how objects behave in space. Something was strange about this jet, but its composition was even weirder. Made of the wrong stuff. When scientists finally managed to analyze the light coming from the gas surrounding 3I Atlas, they were expecting a familiar recipe. Comets in our solar system are essentially dirty snowballs, leftovers from its formation 4.5 billion years ago. They are primarily made of water ice, mixed with dust, rock, and frozen gases like carbon dioxide, methane, and ammonia. So, the chemical fingerprint of a comet is usually dominated by water. But 3I Atlas is different. The plume of gas around it contained very little water. Instead, it was overwhelmingly rich in carbon dioxide. You see, while CO2 is found in our comets, it's almost never the main ingredient. This suggests that 3I Atlas formed in a very different kind of star system, one far colder or with a completely different chemical makeup than our own. But the most shocking fact was discovered when they looked at the metallic elements within the dust. All rocky material in our solar system, from Earth itself to the most distant asteroids, contains iron and nickel in a fairly predictable ratio. Iron is always far more abundant. On 3I Atlas, that ratio was flipped on its head. The dust cloud showed a massive spike in nickel with far less iron present. This is an incredibly rare finding in nature. The thing nobody tells you is that this kind of nickel-heavy alloy isn't something you just find lying around in space. On Earth, it's something we manufacture. High nickel alloys are used in industry for their incredible strength and resistance to corrosion and extreme temperatures. They are essential components in things like jet engines, nuclear reactors, and advanced electronics. To find this composition in a natural object from another star system is, to be blunt, almost unbelievable. It immediately raises uncomfortable questions. Could this be a natural, though exceedingly rare, type of cosmic rock? Or are we seeing the chemical signature of something artificial? The presence of so much nickel, combined with the carbon dioxide dominant gas, paints a picture of an object that is fundamentally alien to our own cosmic neighborhood. It's a chemical fingerprint from a place with different rules. This isn't just a matter of having a slightly different mix of ingredients, it's like finding a cake made of sand and steel instead of flour and sugar. The very building blocks are wrong. This discovery forces us to consider possibilities that were once confined to science fiction. Is it a fragment of a massive technologically advanced structure? A piece of an alien megaproject that was shattered long ago? Or an interstellar probe deliberately made from materials designed to withstand the rigors of a multi-million-year journey through the void? These anomalies were strange, but its path was nearly impossible. Too perfect to be real. Beyond the physical impossibilities and chemical oddities, there lies a set of anomalies that are perhaps the most unsettling of all. These are the ones that will remain puzzling forever because they relate to the object's path through space, a path so statistically unlikely it borders on the miraculous. You see, our solar system is a relatively flat place. The planets all orbit the sun in more or less the same plane, a disk we call the ecliptic. An object arriving from interstellar space can come from any direction, up, down, or sideways. The odds of it happening to arrive perfectly aligned with our narrow planetary disk are incredibly small. Yet the trajectory of 3I Atlas is aligned with the ecliptic plane to within 5 degrees. The probability of this happening by pure chance is just 0.2%, or 1 in 500. What many overlooked is that the timing of its arrival is even more suspicious. As 3I Atlas sails through our system, its path is bringing it remarkably close to several planets, almost like a guided tour. Its trajectory was optimized to pass near Mars, Venus, and even the gas giant Jupiter, using their gravity to subtly adjust its course. The likelihood of a random trajectory happening to line up for such a multi-planet flyby is a staggering 0.005%. That's a 1 in 20,000 chance. It's like throwing a dart from a mile away and not only hitting the bullseye, but also grazing 3 specific pre-chosen spots on the board along the way. But the anomaly that truly sends a chill down the spine connects this object to one of the greatest mysteries in the history of science. On August 15, 1977, a radio telescope in Ohio detected a powerful 72-second-long radio burst from the direction of the constellation Sagittarius. It was so strong and so unique that the astronomer who found it, Jerry Amon, circled the data and wrote, "Wow." The "wow" signal has never been detected again and remains the most compelling candidate for an extraterrestrial signal ever recorded. In a final mind-bending twist, the arrival direction of 3I Atlas is aligned to within 9 degrees of the origin point of the "wow" signal. The probability of this celestial alignment being a mere coincidence is just 0.6%. When you combine these 3 impossibly low probabilities, you are left with a statistical nightmare. It's a series of coincidences so profound that the word coincidence begins to lose all meaning. This was no longer just a weird comet, it was a cosmic enigma. The Pascal wager. When faced with a series of events that defy easy explanation, we have to consider all possibilities. Avi Loeb draws a powerful analogy to the Trojan horse, an innocent-looking gift that concealed a profound threat. Could 3I Atlas be something similar? a seemingly natural object that masks a different purpose? This leads to another philosophical idea known as Pascal's wager. The philosopher Blaise Pascal argued that even if the probability of God's existence is small, the potential consequences, eternal reward or damnation, are so immense that a rational person should bet on its existence. A similar logic can be applied here. Even if the likelihood of 3I Atlas being an artificial object is tiny, the implications are so civilization-altering that we must take the possibility seriously. Ignoring it would be an act of cosmic negligence. Right now, an international effort is underway to learn more. As the object passed within just 18 million miles of Mars, on October 3rd, NASA's Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter and the European Space Agency's Mars Express turned their powerful cameras and spectrographs towards it. The images they capture will be 20 times sharper than what Hubble could provide, potentially revealing the object's true shape and size. People watching this are looking for a mystery, for answers, and this is our best chance to get them. But the thing is, we're now in a period of suspense. For the rest of October, 3I Atlas will be passing behind the Sun from our point of view on Earth, making it impossible to observe. It will be hidden in the glare of our own star. What happens when it emerges on the other side? This is the question that consumes observatories worldwide. If the object is a natural comet, as conventional wisdom suggests, the searing crucible of its closest approach to the Sun on October 29th will likely be its end. The immense gravitational stress and unforgiving heat could cause it to violently break apart or erupt in a brilliant final flare, a spectacular but predictable demise for a cosmic wanderer. We would witness a dazzling celestial firework and the mystery would be over. But if it is artificial, the fiery encounter with our star is not an end, but a means. An object of manufactured origin, engineered with materials beyond our comprehension, could withstand the stellar inferno. It could then masterfully use the Sun's immense gravity for a precise course correction, a gravitational slingshot maneuver to propel it onto a new, deliberate trajectory. In this scenario, it is not a passive victim of physics, but an active navigator of it, executing a celestial maneuver of unimaginable complexity. Its highly unusual retrograde orbit, a path that moves in direct opposition to the natural flow of our solar system, already sets it apart as a profound anomaly. This counterintuitive trajectory is not just strange, it's tactically brilliant. It makes the object an ideal platform from which to release smaller probes. Launched downstream into the gravitational current of the solar system, these secondary objects could intercept Earth or other planetary bodies with astonishing relative ease and speed, arriving with minimal energy expenditure and from an unexpected vector. So are we collectively missing the defining detail in our analysis? Is this entire event merely a sequence of bizarre but ultimately natural coincidences? An anomalous orbit, a perfectly timed solar pass, a coincidental trajectory? Or does the accumulation of evidence point towards something far more deliberate, something meticulously designed? The beauty and terror of science is that it demands we follow the data, wherever it may lead. We cannot afford to be guided by the comfort of hope or the paralysis of fear, only by empirical observation. The conclusion may be an uncomfortable and profoundly humbling one, forcing us to discard our most cherished assumptions about our place in the cosmos. But to ignore the data is to choose ignorance over truth, a choice we may not have the luxury of making. The data from the Mars flyby will soon be public. Will it confirm our fears or put them to rest? What if the greatest discovery in human history is not something we find, but something that finds us? Let us know your theories in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more cosmic mysteries.